We're now going to show the installation of the all-new Astra 3-in-1 pull-out. Again, when you get the outer box, you'll have the 2.4 litre digital tank and a single filter comes with this, as well as the tap box, which again, set of instructions, and then tap fully pre-plumbed and all the fittings that you need to do the full installation. Okay, so we're going to install the Astra 3-in-1 pull-out. Again, if you start by threading the black hose with a large fitting through, then hoses with nuts, the final one is the hose with the spigot, and then a little bit of so what we're now going to do is fix the tap under the sink. 2 circular washers first, and again the largest fitting first, followed by all of the nuts. Which will take a little bit of doing sometimes, but they all will go in. The smallest of the nuts, and then just the spigot. Okay, now that goes up right the way to the base of the tap, and then we're going to put the horseshoe, and again we will then screw that brass horseshoe onto the thread that comes from the tap body. Okay, first connections to make: hose number 1, cold inlet; hose number 2, hot inlet, and we're literally just going to connect those onto the 2 relevant ISO valves. So if we take the male iron plastic fitting, hose 4, make sure there's a washer in there, screw the fitting like so, take the poly tube, push fit into the end of that fitting, and then at the end of the black hose, hose 7, which will have the weight on it eventually, and it's important where you're putting the weight to ensure that it will fall and it can rise up and down, rise and fall freely, to ensure that the pull-out is operating as it should. Remaining fitting, ensure that there's a washer to give a seal, screw onto the threaded part of the chrome T-piece, firmly in place, polythene tube, again push fit into place like so. So the next fitting to do is number 3, which goes into the inlet on the filter, just like that, and then you take hose 5 into the outlet, again like that, and then just fix the filter into place on the back of the cupboard. Next stage is we're going to fix the weight, which we've separated in half, just above the chrome fitting on hose 7. Okay, and then it literally, the screws just up with a posi screwdriver. So next stage is we're going to attach hose number 6. You take the small threaded end and screw it directly into the chrome fitting on the bottom of the hose number 7, the black hose. And you've got to screw it right the way in. Make sure that you don't squash the pipe, but ensure that it is fully tight. Okay, then you take the end with a 3/8 nut, ensure that you've got an O-ring or washer, and that then goes on to the red outlet on the tank. And then our final collection is hose number 5, which is taking water that's just come from the anti-scale filter. Again, ensure that there's the washer, and that goes on the blue tank inlet. And that's all the connections made. Again, before we turn the water back on, go around, check every fitting is securely tight, and then you can switch the water on the ISO valves on. Okay, final stage is plug the power lead in, rear of the tank, power on, press and hold central button, okay, and then adjust the temperature to where you want it. We're setting it at 98 degrees, currently at 59, red heating light is on, and this bar is flashing, which means that it's going through a heating cycle. So in 3 or 4 minutes that will be up to 98 degrees, and we'll then show you how the tap works. So now we've got the tank up to its temperature, 98 degrees. Operationally, the Astra 3-in-1 pull-out has a conventional hot and cold valve, push button safety, rotate the valve back, there's a little bit of air in the system, and there we go, there's your 98 degree water. And then additionally on this tap we also have the benefit of the great pull-out spout, which just adds another dimension to any boiling water tap.